I'm Alessandro Magani. I'm an international touring DJ that goes under the name of Flashmob, and I'm here in my house in Milan. I do what I do because I've really always done this. I've done this since I was 14, right through school, university, and then throughout university actually I always thought, what if the law plan doesn't, because I studied law, what if the law thing doesn't work, and what if I became a DJ? And I always thought of that with a smile on my face, and then, you know, life, I suppose. The strongest memory of my childhood would be when I used to go to Liverpool to my grandmother, who was Irish, and I used to play football in this field that many years ago, well, in my memory, it's a huge field, but I've been back and it's not really as huge as it is in my memory. And that was I don't know, it's a moment where I was in peace, complete peace. Yeah, that's my strongest memory. There are many things that I could say. I've done many charts, many number ones, a lot of success. Played in so many incredible festivals like Tomorrowland or Ibiza, everywhere. I think I've done it all. I can say I've done it, I've seen it. But the most memorable, the most important thing that I've achieved is the journey I've had the honor to live with my job, because everyone thinks it's a career. You see the results with where your career stops and where your career gets. But truly, if you're doing something like what I'm doing, the real achievement is to be free from what you do, to be free from what everyone else expected you to do, and it's a journey within yourself. It's not only the music, so it's the person you become, and that I am very proud and happy of, to be honest. So it's taken a lot of courage and a lot of effort. So yeah, I think that the most important achievement is what I'm becoming, is what I've had the courage to become. The best piece of advice I've been given, I was in Verona many years ago, and so many times I thought I'd understood that piece of advice, and I didn't. And it was, be patient and break your teeth. If you really want to do something, once you've broken your teeth, you will understand how to do it. And I never really got around this piece of advice that a previous manager of mine called Dave gave me. But eventually I did, but then I kept sort of every year going back to this and thinking, I didn't really have a grab of this. I didn't really understand this, and I think that I finally do. It's been a number of years now since I've thought that I know what that means, and it is probably the meaning is to have the courage to be yourself and don't feel the need to chase anyone or anything, and be strong in your ideas and feel that you can really have your own call in the world in whatever you're doing, and being yourself without having to, again, emulate anyone or anything, and that's super important. Well, you see, DJs we travel. The level of stress, I was telling someone before, the level of stress and the level of hyper life we live is like up here compared to anyone living like, let's say, a more common life with a more common job, with more common timetable. So we go into places and you're always so tired, and then the adrenaline kicks in. You have these amazing crowds that really bring the best out of you and really bring all your dreams to life. So it's inspiring every time to go back and be inspired by what you do, to make music and then be inspired again in playing it in front of a crowd. And so my you know, being able to perform in front of a crowd is the most inspiring thing that I know. Having said that, after this whole situation, I you know, probably things will change and it will be different, but I feel I've been extremely lucky to be able to do what I've done for so many years, and I hope I'll do it for many more. As everyone that is doing that is involved in a craft that is extremely at a high level and that is extremely stressful and intense, and I've been working for 15 years every day, all day, Christmas, birthdays. I've been playing for the last 7 years every single day. You know, every single festivity not every single day, every festivity that I recall, like Christmas, New Year's, my children's birthdays, my own birthday, my wife's birthday. So it's been super, super intense. And the real job is to improve your mindset, trying to, again, be free from all those things that bring you down, or all those things that make you less full of life in what you do, because the secret is to enjoy what you do and just be yourself, and that gives you the energy to go on. And so I've been trying to work around myself to be the better version of myself, both on the road and at home, through this whole experience. So I hope that answers your question. I was saying before, as you get older, as you mature in your job, and as a person, as a human being, obviously the level of your work, if you're good at what you do, grows. It grows because you start doing only important things, you start being essential, and obviously if you respect people, if you have good work ethics and you grow in your job, it becomes more and more intense, it becomes more and more, it gives you more and more satisfactions. And I believe it's not my job that has changed, but it's how I've approached my work. The fact of strategizing, writing down everything, trying to understand priorities, trying to be pragmatic, trying to not, I always think of it as, I used to play football as a minor team, and then I'm learning how to play football as a world-class team, which means that you don't touch too many balls, but you're scoring a lot of goals, so you don't have to run as much. So you do the things that need to be done, you know where you have to be, you know what you have to do, and so on. The first thing I love is my wife, very much. I think I'm one of those blessed people that have found someone that really drags the best out of me. So I know it sounds a little cheesy to say that, but it's the truth. I love my children, of course. They've pushed me to be a better version of myself always. I love to play tennis. I love to feel well in sports. I love gardening. I love anything that takes my mind out of nasty loops. I love to meditate, which means to, come back to the home base and let the feelings and emotions and ideas just pass, observing. I think that one of the most high forms of intelligence is to observe without judging, someone said. And I really believe in that, so yeah. I'm not really fond of people with egos. I'm not really fond of people that waste my time, and I'm not really fond of people that have to explain themselves saying things 3 times instead of 1. I get pretty impatient with that. I try to control myself because I know I'm a little bit hyper, so I'm pretty fast going in the way I elaborate, in the way I express myself, in the way I work, in the way I live life, etc. So I try to be patient, but I don't have any time for egos or things like that. I don't have any time to just I try to, you know, keep it simple and do things that are important in the real meaning of the word importance. So there are many artists I've been inspired from. The meaning of the word artist for me is the capacity, the way that someone helps you see things differently through something. Anything can be an art, really, if you think of it. Anything, even a gesture, can be a piece of art. So one of the people that has inspired me the most is not an artist, but it's someone that has an incredible story. Someone called Nando Parrado, who is a person that has survived something that was incredible, surviving and crossing the Andes after a plane crash. If you don't know that story, check it out with Roberto Canessa. And it's the most incredible person, I think, that I would like to meet on this planet that is still alive, because he's raised the bar for everyone so much, and it puts everything into perspective of what is really important. I know artists tend to think, oh, you know, my art but if you've lived life and you know what's important, I've survived a tsunami myself, so I guess that has something to do with it. And I think that that's the greatest form of art: surviving and improving and inspiring. And some people do it through art, some people do it through life experiences, and I prefer to give this tribute to him rather than to an artist, if that's okay. I love Monet, so I suppose any of his drawings, any of his paintings would be probably what I would answer. But I'm in love with a lot of. There's a statue of Pomodoro that used to be here. They've removed it. I was in love with that because it reminds me of my childhood, and I collect some art myself. I like Viola, which is an Italian, I think around 1970s, 80s artist. I have a Scanavino as well. There are a number of artists that I truly love. If I had to choose one, I'd probably choose, something from Monet, probably, or Magritte, maybe, even. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to pinpoint one. It's very difficult to give a piece of advice to someone that is starting something, because what you do and how you do it is very much to do with why you're doing it. So if you're doing it for the right reasons, I suppose that improving your craft, improving your skills, and being very focused on what you do rather than how you look is probably the best piece of advice I can give. The essence of it all is what really can change things and really change the game for you. It's how much you believe in yourself and how true you are to what you do. People perceive that. People can smell that. They can tell if you're real, if you're fake, immediately. So be real, I suppose, and just improve, work hard, improve, never let go, and then sooner or later it's statistically impossible you won't reach your goals, I suppose.